Time now for Sid 6-0. This is where I get 60 seconds to talk about whatever I want. Start the clock, please. Here's what's on my mind this morning. George Springer is the unquestioned leader of the Toronto Blue Jays, and the last 7 days cemented it. This past Thursday in New York, Springer called a players-only meeting. Team was struggling. He felt it was time. The next night in Tampa, he tweaked his left ankle while trying to make a play in center field, going all out. That's the only speed he knows. He fought off a sprained ankle, only missing one game to return to the lineup and make plays like this. Bases loaded against Seattle the other night. Not only did he clear him, but Springer managed a triple out of it. The ball barely made it into right field. Jays win the game. So exciting. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette are the stars of the show, as they should be. They're amazing, but young. They're not leaders per se yet. Springer is. He's vocal, he has a World Series ring, and he plays every game like it's the last, for better or worse. Jays have stumbled to start the year, but with Springer in the lineup, that will not last very long. I guarantee it, and I'm never wrong, ever. Ben Nicholson-Smith of Sportsnet, also never wrong. Ben, great to see you. This last week from Springer, this is quintessential Springer, isn't it?
It really is, yeah, and he's just going all out. He is really giving them max effort. And, there are times where you kind of look, he's rounding second base and trying to stretch a double into a triple. And you almost wonder, whoa, is he going too hard? But the results are there. He's been a World Series MVP, like you said. He's been an elite player for year after year. And he's doing it again this year at a time that offense is down. He's hitting, he's fielding, he's doing it all.
The players-only meeting last week in New York, I mean, you can make the argument it's probably the biggest early season news story around the team. What's your stance on that, Ben? I've always found they're more for optics. But in this case, how do you think it came off?
I think there's some frustration here with this team because they know they're not playing to their capabilities. And I get they're above 500. They're still in a playoff spot. They're not in a bad place overall, but they want to be better. They know they should be better than this. They should be, not on the edges of the playoff race, but they should be up there with the Yankees pushing the rest of the American League. And they're not. So they need to sharpen up their game. They need to make fewer mistakes. They need to hit better. All these things are not lost on the players. So internally, they wanted to get together and discuss amongst themselves, how can we get to the point that we're actually delivering on all this promise that we have?
Ben, fair enough. Back to Springer quickly before we go. I do get nervous every time I see him just go all out in April and May. I'm not going to lie to you. I do. I'm sure Charlie Montoyo somewhere in the back of his mind is also a little nervous, but it's the way he is. I love it. Hopefully he'll stay in one piece and the Jays can get it together more consistently. Jays off today. They're taking on the worst team in baseball. I can safely say that. Statistically, it's the case. The Cincinnati Reds this weekend at Rogers Center. I'm calling for a sweep. It's a guaranteed sweep weekend. What could go wrong? Ben Nicholson-Smith of Sportsnet. If you're not following him on Twitter, you're not doing baseball right. Ben, love you. Appreciate you, man.
Anytime, Sid. Look forward to seeing where that prediction goes. And I would have to agree with you on that.
Okay, but feel free to chirp me on Twitter if it goes the other way.